Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. A little while ago, I've done several videos on this subject, but a little while ago I did make another video talking about the question of trust and how do you find out whether the person that you are contacting or have been contacted by through a video dating site, how can you tell whether they are genuine or not? Well, I'm realizing now, after spending a couple of hours on YouTube and looking at titles like this one, if I can give a shout out to this one. Now you can go and look on this one, and you'll learn a great deal about romance scams, which is the dating thing. But watching this, boy, did it make me realize how very lucky Beth and I were to have found each other, because we were, the way that it turned out was we were what each thought the other was. And I'm looking now at this, and I watched this program. Let me put my glasses on so I can give you the actual it never comes up as fast as you want it to, does it? See, this particular program, it actually was called Love Bait, and then underneath, the dangers of romance scams and how not to get caught up in them. I didn't watch it all. They actually had on the program, it was done like like a real made-for-TV series, and part of a series, and this one's one about the love baits. Hello? So what they had on the program was people who were very, very brave people who came on the program with the intention of helping others who might get caught up in these kind of scams. And these people told about how they'd been scammed. Now, the very interesting thing about this was that they were not communicating to the person whose photograph they were seeing. And they actually interviewed one man who was a member of the armed services out in somewhere, I think, like Iraq, and he was I'm trying not to focus on Beth calling outside, his picture, and he was not this is the thing, he was not a strikingly handsome man. He was quite an ordinary man with an infectious looking smile, looked just like a genuine person. And his photo had been used to scam probably 1,000 women. Just amazing. And they had a police officer who was in charge of investigating these scamming cases, and he was saying that the amount of money that was going out of Australia in this particular case was in the millions of dollars. Millions. So, if you think that you've been very gullible, well, yes, you've been taken in, but the people that were on were intelligent, attractive, successful women. And also a couple of men were on who were also the same. Most of them admitted that probably what really pulled them in was that they were at a particular time in their life. This is what the cop that was on the program said, that they will, no matter how successful, intelligent, attractive you are at any given time in your life, there will be a time when you are extremely vulnerable. Like one of the men that they talked to had lost his wife a year before, and his children were grown up. didn't really have very much to do with him, and he was lonely. And because he was lonely, the scammer knew how to do it and how to reach in and just grab the guy by the heart. Now, the other interesting thing on one of the other sites that I looked at was that these people that do this share information. They share information, they share how-to videos on how to scam lonely people, they share opening script, day-by-day softeners for getting into the person's heart and into their mind. And one of the main people that in that one that I've quoted you for, she was an attractive lady, obviously articulate and intelligent, and she actually sent in 6 figures to this person that she thought she was talking to. 6 figures, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So whenever people have written to me, they're really talking about quite low amounts of money from what I've seen. But there was that one very recently that the man had sent her a photocopy of his ticket for when he was coming out here. She was also going to help him. She was helping him in one way or another with advice and how the system works. He knew more about how the system works, but it wasn't the same system she thought she was helping him with. But there was talk of a condo, and that she was helping him to navigate the process of buying a condo. Well, it's not that I'm really that clever, but when I hear that, I've heard enough cases now to see that there is a method. It's not an event, it's a sequence of events. It's not one incident, I should say. It's a sequence of events. You can have an incident. This is where someone that is genuine and will not ask you for any help, but then it transpires that they need a few dollars, and you send it and it all works out very well. This is how it goes sometimes. And then there are these other people who are professionals. Now, before now, I have said to people who feel that they're being taken in, like the lady about the condo, and she said something is telling me that is this real? And she sent me a copy of the ticket and said, is this a real ticket? Well, she already knew, didn't she, that she was about to be scammed, and she pulled out. And I remember saying to quite a few people that once you get asked for money, usually you should be disconnecting from that person. You should be cutting off all ties from that person. Now, here's the interesting thing that the cop on that program said, that these people are professional. And each one of the guests that they had on that show, that they interviewed within the context of the show, they all said that they didn't, in a way, in one set of their mind, compartmentalization, you can compartmentalize things so that you can put it over there and not have to look at it again if there's some doubt, and that doubt is endangering your one hope of combating the loneliness that you feel. You'll push it over there and not look. And it's a mechanism of the mind that is frequently used. People who are abused, battered wives, and all of that, they all have the ability to compartmentalize that part of their life which if they acknowledged it, they would have to leave. And they can't confront that. So they compartmentalize, put it over there so that they don't do it. I've heard kids say that they have good daddy, bad daddy. I saw a movie once that dealt with that, and in it the kid was able to compartmentalize, and so they can avoid feeling the trauma on a daily basis, even when they're subjected to the risk of it happening to them at any given time. And these people were doing the same thing. That it felt like the one chance of overcoming, of winning the fight against their loneliness, that made them go along with it. And all of the particular people that they interviewed had all given tens of thousands of dollars. Okay? Tens of thousands of dollars. So that this doesn't go on too long, I would like to make a recommendation. Yes, by all means, write to people that you respect or think might be able to help you. Write to me, write to Beth, sure, write to others, and get as much information as you can on a direct line. But go on YouTube and type in love scams, scammers, love scams, and go there and find out just one such, the one title that I've given you is a program that interviewed lots of people who are anything but fools, and yet who were cheated out of a huge amount of money. I think that this would help you. That would help you, and you would be able to make a nevertheless tough decision, but you would be able to make a decision that would stand you in better stead. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Good luck.